Your local guy, Justin Ogburn here. I'm with Dan. He's the owner of Bellevue Brickz. So pretty much you buy Lego sets and then sell the parts individually, correct?
Correct, yeah. So yeah, I buy out sets and then I sort them all out and put them in inventory and sell them to the general public that needs them.
And obviously Bellevue Brickz, so you're right here in Bellevue. You do this out of the basement at your house.
Yeah.
It's about how many bricks, I guess a Lego piece you call a brick. How many of those do you have right now?
Currently the inventory's a little bit over 300,000 pieces and about almost 7,000 different lots we call them.
Yeah.
So that's an individual different piece. Currently going to be adding about 30 to 40,000 more pieces here in the next couple weeks.
Wow. And so how did this whole Lego adventure that you're doing start then?
So this isn't my full-time job. So I was at work, I'm a chef, and guy that worked for me, we're out in the kitchen one day and he's telling me he started this BrickLink store. And he's telling me about it and I'm just like, I'm thinking, how can there be that many people that are into Lego that you could like sell that many parts to make it worth it? And this went on for a couple weeks and every day he's like showing me on his phone, oh, look at these orders I just sold, look at this. Like I'm like, man, my wife's always talking about like, you know, getting into a hobby, do something for a side hustle. So that's where I started. I was like, you know what? Came home one day, was telling my wife about it. And I said, let's go buy some Lego sets and see what happens.
So were you already into Legos before that then?
Not as an adult, but as a kid.
Yeah.
But what you'll see now is like, there's the Lego world is mainly adults.
Yeah.
Like adults are just into it because that's what they were, you know, they enjoyed it as a kid. Now they can afford to buy Lego sets because they're not
cheap anymore. Yeah. Okay. Is this something that pretty much anybody could do, or?
Yeah, anybody that has the space to, you know, to start an inventory and the time. It's a huge time commitment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you spend a lot of time, like I do in the evenings, and you know, on my days off, you know, keeping my inventory in stock and filling orders and. Yeah,
I guess as somebody who's organized, I guess, probably.
Yeah, you definitely have to be an organized person.
Yeah.
There's different ways of keeping your inventory, but I found a way that works for me, and it works for the space that I have.
All right, I never knew this was like, you have businesses like this where you could find individual blocks. Now every time my son was like missing one piece.
Yep, look me up online, that's where you get them.
How do you decide which set would be a good buy when you're looking at them?
So for me, like I can tell with experience, like when a new set comes out, like you had mentioned the Goonies, right? It's a new set, they've never done it before, so like it comes with a ton of minifigs. So I know going into it that that's probably going to be a decent set to buy. But what I'll do is I'll go into BrickLink, which is a platform that I use, and I can put in part out value. So I put in the 5-digit set number, it'll tell me what the value is of the part out of that set.
Okay.
So usually I look for 3 times value of the set. So then that gives you a good idea if you're gonna make money or not.
Okay. And the Daily Bugle over there, so you bought quite a few of them in the past?
So yeah, that one came out, I believe, in the summer of 2021 when I first started. And I was lucky enough to get 5 of those when they first came out, and then they sold out, right? So then they were out, and the value of that was just crazy amount of money you can make off that one.
Yeah.
So my wife actually found, they were in stock on Disney.com, and so I got another 5 sets. I ended up doing that 19 of those sets because I kept one. But yeah. That's another hard thing if you're really into Legos and you get a really cool set that you want. And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna part this thing out.
Yeah.
So a couple of them I did keep. And that was one of them.
So what have been your the biggest surprises that you've come across owning a Lego business then?
The biggest thing is like how many people in the world are into Lego. So my store, I ship worldwide, and I've got, you got Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia. Like, I don't do a ton of orders just because the shipping out of the US is so high. But that's one of the biggest surprises. And two is a lot of people will ask, especially on the social media groups, what's the biggest challenge of starting a store, and it's the time commitment. Nobody realized how much time it takes to put into a sort and get it into your inventory, and then fill in orders every day.
How many hours do you think you put into this?
Right now, if I've got a big sort going on, I'll easily put in an additional 40 hours a week on the side.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when there's not a sort going on and I just got regular orders coming in, maybe it could be an hour a day, it could be a couple hours a day, but it's not as bad.
Wow. That's 40 hours is no joke. That's a full-time job.
Yeah. So and that's a big sort. I've got a big sort that I'm going to be starting at the end of the week. So
okay. So this whole business you have, what's been the most challenging part about building it and starting it?
I'd say the biggest challenge is when you first start out, getting the inventory levels that you need. For example, a lot of people that are doing their custom builds, they know going into it that they're going to have to buy from multiple sellers because not everybody is going to have everything that you need. So just getting it up, being competitive with your pricing, and that's another big time commitment because you're checking every piece individually against the rest of the world, right? And the rest of the country, depending on where you sell, to see where you stand and if your prices are competitive. So that takes a lot of time. That was my biggest challenge, was finding the time to be able to stay competitive and keep my inventory where it needs to be.
You said custom build, so you have some people design their own plans pretty much.
Yeah.
Is there a way to find other plans that they can kind of build stuff off of?
Yeah. So on BrickLink, people, they sell their custom mocks, which will give you the plans, and it'll give you a list of all of the parts that you need. Okay. There's other companies out there that's all they do, and they sell them on their own platforms. They'll build, I've got, there's a company out of South Carolina that buys from me sometimes, and they build giant custom, they built a giant an Avengers shield. Okay. And the Captain America shield? Yep, Captain America shield, and they sell that on their website. But those guys have bought from me before. But yeah.
Have you ever designed your own?
No, well, we've kind of messed with it. My wife's really into the world of AI. Okay. So with ChatGPT and stuff, come up with ChatGPT. If you've got an idea, it'll throw it out there and build it for you. It'll tell you what you need to build it. But we haven't really got into it too much. I'm sure there's going to be some roadblocks and kinks in that. But
so what would be your dream set then?
Dude, I'd love to build Wrigley Field.
Oh yeah,
that would be sweet.
Actually surprised they don't already have fields like that.
They do some of the nostalgic, the big soccer stadiums and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's probably a trademark thing. Yeah. But yeah, to do an NFL field or Wrigley Field would be pretty sweet. Mm-hmm.
So you have some people here in the area have come here and picked up blocks in person, right?
Yeah. So people have looked me up. There's somewhere on the site where you can look for stores in your area, which I get quite a few people. There's two guys actually at Offutt Air Force Base that buys from me. They bought quite a few times, and they'll pick it up on their way to or from the base. Yeah. But yeah, I've got some local people, what I do is normally they'll just go online, put in their order through BrickLink and through my store, which is Bellevue Brickz with a Z. And they'll just message me and say, hey, I want to pick this up local, or can we, sometimes I'll drop it off if it's convenient.
So that's the best way to order. Go to BrickLink.
BrickLink, yeah.
BrickLink, and then look for you can search for your business there.
Yes.
It's just Bellevue Brickz with the Z.
With the Z, yeah, because Bellevue Brickz with an S was already taken, which was crazy to me.
Is it still taken now?
Yeah, it's still taken.
Competition, huh?
Yeah. Which and I haven't really heard of any other stores in the area. I'm sure there's probably a few, but
that could be Bellevue, Washington, though.
Yeah, there's quite a few Bellevues in the country. So
interesting. Well, Dan, thanks a lot for meeting with me today, talking about Legos and sharing about what you do.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
If you need help buying, selling, or leasing a home, I hope you remember my name. I would love to get the opportunity to earn your trust and confidence. Call me on my cell at 402-600-3006 if you would like to be featured as one of my upcoming guests and share your story in a future video.